I am so pleased to welcome my colleague, Ms. Kayleigh Worek. I almost called you Dr. Kayleigh Worek. Promotion, yeah. She's the FSHD Society's program manager of BetterLife FSHD. It's our brand new health and research platform just for patients with FSHD. And as you will learn, it's coming to Canada. All right, Ms. Kayleigh.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. As Beth mentioned, my name is Kayleigh and I'm the program manager for BetterLife. So I work on it all day, every day. So I'm excited to tell you more about it and why you should be excited that it's coming your way. So what is BetterLife? The last part of the sentence, it is a research registry. So as Dr. Korngat alluded to, we've learned all about patient registries and why they're important. And ours is actually a digital one, meaning you can access it from your phone or laptop online. It's patient driven. So what does that mean? It was actually designed for people with FSHD, by people with FSHD and their caregivers. It provides personal articles and recommendations. Yeah. And it has a forum that you can actually pose your own questions on it. It's a health platform, which means that you're also able to track your symptoms and access your own health data. And then lastly, as I mentioned, it's a research registry, so it enables us to capture research information and share it with researchers. And we also, as Dr. Korngat alluded to, help notify you of clinical trials and other research opportunities you might be eligible for. So the goal of BetterLife is twofold. It's to help people with FSHD live a better life and to speed and improve research. And it's, as Beth mentioned, it is making its way to Canada. And obviously, as Dr. Korngat mentioned, with the partnership for CNDR to enable us that data harmonization, as he mentioned, that we want to collect uniform data across all of the registries, across all the world, ideally. And so we really highly recommend you enroll in the CNDR to be able to access this new resource that I'm about to show you. So right now it's only available in the US, and I'm going to just kind of show you briefly what it looks like on the inside. So once you register and sign a consent, you're brought to this dashboard page. This is exactly what it looks like, and there's a lot of things on here that I will kind of navigate us around. So first you'll notice this available activities section. These are the surveys, and this is where a lot of the research data comes from. We also have this little badges section that helps you know how you're progressing as you complete surveys. And once you've completed certain surveys, you actually are able to see the other users, the other amount of users who have reached those milestones too. So it helps you kind of gauge where you are and what you've accomplished. The surveys are broken up into 3 large categories. Our first set of surveys is our core data set. This includes really important health information, such as your health history, demographics, and information about your FSHD diagnosis. In general, these questions are asked yearly. So about once a year after you register, you'll log back in and just update information as you need. The other thing is that all the questions are optional. You can save and come back, skip any questions that you need, but obviously the more information you provide, the richer the data set we have to better understand FSHD. The next group of surveys is our health tracking surveys. These are administered more frequently, they're actually administered quarterly. So they do provide more of a real-time tracking into your symptoms. So we ask about pain, fatigue, sleep, mental health, physical activity, and daily activities and falls. And this helps us track throughout the year the progression. And these are standardized surveys. So these are national surveys that have been created to help standardize how we talk about these symptoms. And the last set of surveys are just additional research topics for really under-researched areas in FSHD. So your preferences for participating in clinical trial, if you would rather have a drug or an IV, or how far you're willing to travel, how many hours you're willing to spend in a visit, your diagnosis journey. So what conditions were you misdiagnosed with? Which doctors did you see? How long did it take for you to get diagnosed? And lastly, women's health. The lab's research topics are also generally only asked about once a year, so it's pretty easy, interactive website. And again, with patient registries, we do take our privacy and security very seriously. So your personal information is removed from your health data. And as Dr. Hornbeck mentioned, we do also make this research available to researchers. So I'm just gonna skip along. So back to our dashboard, you might say, okay, that's really great. You get a bunch of surveys, that's a registry, but I don't understand how that helps me. And so I'm gonna kind of point out the things that BetterLife does that actually are beneficial to you as a person or a caregiver with FSHD. So the first one here is this insights and recommendations. So if we zoom in on it, this is actually a huge catalog of resources that includes YouTube videos, blogs, and articles that are sorted, tagged, and searchable. So it's really easy to locate any topic you're interested about. For example, we have breathing problems up here, holistic medicine, physiatry, anything you might be interested in. It's really easy to search. Furthermore, as you start to complete the surveys, based on any symptoms you might be experiencing, the website actually will start to filter up content that's personalized to you. So if you start indicating sleep problems, you'll see articles more relevant to sleep. So that's one way that we use your survey data to kind of make information about FSHD more accessible and personalized to you. Next, you have research opportunities. As I mentioned, if you complete the first kind of core data set, that really gives us the information that we need to tell you which clinical trials and research opportunities you might be eligible for. So for example, the text is really small, but this is actually searching for studies in Canada right now that are active, not recruiting, or enrolling by invitation only. And you'll start to see this banner that tells you if you're a good, possible, or not a match for a research study based on your survey answers. One of the other features that we have inside of BetterLife is this health diary. Right now, we ask about overall muscle weakness, fatigue, and pain that you can rate on a 1 through 10 scale. And it asks you every day, so you can use it as often as you would like. And it starts to show you trends in your data. Our goal is also to expand this because people really like it. They want it to be more personalized. So this is kind of what the first version looks like, but we anticipate really expanding this functionality because people really do want really specific tracking. Lastly, one of the other features that I'd like to mention that's actually probably our most popular feature of this whole website is called community polls. This is the forum I mentioned where people actually write in their own questions. So this is a question someone posed to the entire community that you're able to answer. And once you answer it in real time, you can see everybody else's answers. They're anonymous, right? I don't know how you answered, but we generally have about over 100 people who participate in these polls, and you can write in the question that you're curious about. So we have had lots of submissions on this and people really enjoy this part of our website. Lastly, we do have a little bit of information about our other users. Again, generally where they're located, their age, and areas of muscle weakness. So again, our hope is to expand this because one thing we've heard is that, you know, as a person living with FSHD, you're curious what other people are experiencing and how you compare to them. And so our goal is to make a lot of this information that you are filling out viewable to you and everyone else. So BetterLife launched in August of 2024 in the US. So it's been open for approximately 10 months. And I'm just going to give you some quick feedback on the things that we've been hearing, which is that people really like it, thankfully. Someone said it's the first place I've seen some answers. So people are finding it very informative. It also gives people a sense of community and makes you feel like you're not alone. And then lastly, a lot of people are really excited to contribute to research. So approximately from our last polling, almost 90% of our users are likely to recommend BetterLife to other people. So I didn't prepare too much for these last few slides other than to say that we are constantly expanding the functionality. So all the features that I showed you right now will hopefully be coming to Canada for you to use. And we are working constantly with advisory groups and having feedback and pilot groups to help us expand our website functionality. So even though it was a a brief preview of what it looks like. BetterLife is built to be very agile and to expand its functionality and continue to meet the needs of our. So that is all I'm prepared today, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay.
I might have missed it, but you said it's coming when? End of the year of 2021?
Let me help you with that answer. Because my job is only to find money for all these things, so I scratched up enough funding here and there in my sock or whatever to get them going. So I can get Kayleigh running with this and do all of the front end work and try to integrate it with the CTRN. But I'm still working on getting enough money to finish the job. I'm gonna get there one way or another. I always do, but so I'm not gonna put a pin in when it's gonna be ready. But if we could get the funding on a timely basis, I think we could roll out this summer. So is that about right?
That's what I'm.
Okay, good. Okay. We'll see, yeah.
And then to get access, we have to be part of the CND owner, right?
Yes.
And then, do you know, or it could be like a different BetterLife, or will they ever try to integrate with just wearables? So then, I was gonna say that, I was like, I have a loop and like the amount of data I have on this thing.
Yeah,
It take
so
me hours to answer, right?
absolutely, that is the goal, is to integrate because it's digital, with as much other digital resources as we can. It's not in our current phase, but I do know that our technical vendor, which is Lumio, who has created this website, is also very interested in wearables, in AI, and yes, that is something they're actively working on. We don't have it yet.
Chris, I just really give you guys props because I use it in the US, so I just wanted to everyone here that doesn't have access to it. It's exciting when you do get access to it because it really is a nice place to have all the information pulled across. You don't feel alone, and you just get to see, you know, how people are answering for the future. Highly encouraged.
Thank you.
I have a question, Kayleigh. You say the data is accessible to researchers. Can you give an example of what type of research and who would ask for the data and how they would use it?
Yeah, so we get a few data inquiries. Right now, a lot of it is pharmaceutical partners asking for, we need 10 people with this ability range for a participant panel. And so we reach into BetterLife and we post a survey. We say, hey, are you interested? Can we contact you? And we are able to look at, for example, we had another research group say, we're looking at pediatrics in a certain area. And so, yeah, we're using it for recruitment. BetterLife is also able to be flexible enough that if a researcher is like, I want to ask, a new survey question, we're actually able to put it in BetterLife. So the goal is to also save researchers time and money from having to recruit their own participants, to build their own technical infrastructure. That we can say, send it to us and we will ask. We have about 550 users right now. And so we can also administer research surveys on behalf of researchers. So very agile.